Okay, so now that we have our PHP environment set up, we're going to do the typical thing when you're learning new languages. We're going to create a hello world application. Now, I've used my application development kit. It's already stubbed in the hello world application for us, but we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this file. I'm going to leave the fave icon in there. Now that I've gotten rid of the index.php, when I come over here and refresh, this is going to break. And you can see it's given us this 403 forbidden error because that file doesn't really exist. Okay, so now that you can see we've broken our application. Now, the web server that the kit installed is looking for a couple of different files as the entry point to your application. One could be just a regular HTML file. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an index.html. And in here, we can type whatever we want. So let's type some stuff here. And then if I save this, this is now just a static HTML page. And if I refresh, you can see it's picked up that static HTML page, and we're seeing that there. And of course, this isn't standard HTML. And so instead of putting stuff in there, let's drop some HTML. And so now you can see the markup language that is HTML. So you can see HTML tag, you can see a head tag, a body tag. And again, we're not going to cover all of what HTML is, but I just wanted to show you that if I refresh this, now it's parsing out the HTML. And it's going to, instead of putting stuff, it's going to show you hello world. HTML has tags. And so for example, there's a header tag. We could use header tags. There's paragraph tags where you can enter paragraphs. And if I refresh the page, now I'm going to get kind of an emboldened header tag, and I got a paragraph tag. Now again, we're not covering HTML in this. I'm assuming that you have some foundation in HTML, and I want to get on to doing more dynamic pages using our PHP. So instead of this index.html, if I put in a file called index.php, it will preferentially use this one instead. And so what we're going to do is, let's just drop in our HTML, same HTML that we had before. So it's this thing here. And I'm just going to do some indenting here because I like the indenting. And I'm going to run this again and let's see what it does. And we get the same output. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, it's running this one. So let's just delete this one. Now I have my static HTML page completely gone, and I just have this index.php for the dynamic page. And if I refresh, I'm getting the same result. So it's definitely coming in here. And we can see this again because we can maybe change this paragraph to, this is from the index.php page or file. And if I refresh, you're going to see that change. Now that we're set up, the fun can start, right? We can start embedding PHP commands inside of this HTML or this markup. And there's proper ways to do that. In the beginning, we're just not going to worry about kind of the recommended practices. We're just kind of in this demo mode, and we're going to experiment a lot. Also in the beginning, you may see commands that you've never seen before. And that's the purpose of this video series, is you're trying to learn new commands. So as an example, let's make this a little more dynamic. And in the beginning, it's gonna maybe be a little goofy. You're gonna ask, well, why did we do that? We could just have it this way. But that's okay, because incrementally, we're gonna build up so that this page becomes more and more dynamic. So for example, hello world, let's get rid of that. And instead of doing that, what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have an opening PHP tag, and then I'm gonna have a closing PHP tag. So inside of this opening PHP tag and a closing PHP tag, I can write PHP commands. Now, you may not know PHP commands, that's okay. That's what we're doing. And so right now we're going to use a PHP command called echo. And what echo does is it takes a string and it will echo out that string to the command. So if I want to replicate this hello world, I just put hello world inside that echo command. And if I refresh this page, nothing's changed, but now hello world's coming from our PHP. So instead of hello world, maybe we say hello PHP. And so you can see hello PHP. So at this point we have our hello world application, and this is interpreting all of the PHP commands and rendering them as HTML.